Welcome back, guys, to Trails to Azure. Well, last episode, after buying a music box at Imelda's, we returned to the SSS to view both Ellie and Noelle's room decoration completion scenes before continuing our patrol by heading outwards, through the cathedral and onto Mainz Mining Village, exterminating the megalobats in its old mine. We soon returned to Crossbell to head to the station for a quest. I have no clue. How many... I'm trying to think about these going to eateries thing we've done. How many we've done? Said he wanted 6, right? But we're obviously going to need lots more than that. I don't have enough motivation to do anything. Luca probably hates me now. I don't even want to show my face at the bar. Guess I'll just wrap up work and head straight home today. Makes it really hard to concentrate on his job. Why don't you go talk to her? I was taking a break outside earlier when Chief Hoffman's son came up to talk with me. Is being a miner fun, he asked. I didn't feel like coming up with an answer, so I just told him to buzz off. This isn't the first time he's bugged me about it, actually. That makes twice that I've bummed him out now. I never think before I open my mouth. Maybe I should have said something more positive. It's pretty clear that Chief Hoffman's son wants to become a miner someday. Maybe I should have told him something a little more optimistic. Marlo hasn't been able to focus on work at all lately. He even turned down an invitation to go drinking. What's gone into him? Gans should be back from his break by now, too. For crying out loud, am I the only one who isn't slacking off right now? Gans is trying to sort the situation. My wife's been on edge lately because of those large mysterious monsters people keep reporting. I'm used to monsters appearing in the mine, so I doubt we have anything to worry about. That said, I got injured by a warhound a while back, so I guess I shouldn't talk. I'll just keep an eye out for large mysterious monsters, I guess. Wouldn't want to leave my wife in tears over something happening to me. Again. Just think how long it's been since he got attacked by that warhound. Fit enough to mine the night away. Right, well, that's Mainz Mining Village complete. We will, of course, do our check of the Rosenberg doll studio that we always do, despite pretty much being certain every time that nothing's going to come from there. So that's a thing. But what can you do? If you don't check in this game, you miss stuff. Trails loves its missables. It's actually kind of not player-friendly in that sense, is it? Hide your story away from me. Keep your secrets, then. Hey, Gringo, you long-time subscriber checking out the stream for the first time. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy what you see. And I hope you enjoyed the YouTube that you've been watching, the series you've been checking out along the way. Thank you for dropping on by. Same goes for everyone watching. Thank you. Anyway, up we go. Well, I nearly turned away from it then. Listen! See, this is where you want to farm for money, really. On any monster that gives you 1, but then also gives you a lot of sepith. But generally the ones that are lower level than anything, so you can just hit them in the field and they die. That's the ideal, right? I just did it again. Farming money, honest. I don't know if any of the other enemies here are weaker at this point enough for me to... Oh, they are. So you could just do that, run up and down. I was gonna say that's money, but I keep running into people. What the hell's going on with myself? I don't normally miss this much as I go up and down. That's for certain. How dare I? Yeah, thanks for gifting a sub to Gringo, and I hope your 7-year-old son enjoys whatever you let him watch. After all, my stuff isn't exactly, my commentary itself isn't necessarily child-unfriendly, but you never know when a game might drop a word you don't want me saying in front of your kid. I could just S-craft, yeah. You're right. Because I can just restore my CP back at the car. So that's a thing.
But I'm dumb, so shush. Farming money. Farming. Farming ingredients. Oh my goodness. I did it again. Wouldn't be me to get caught by that many enemies, you know what I mean? Right, anyway. Now that we sorted out the mines pathway and our first monster, where to go next is a strong question. We have the admin district, Orchis Tower Entertainment District, and that's it. We have a quest in the admin district. Should we go straight on for another one? What's it called? That's our marker. 2nd Division Raymond. Come down to Crossbell Station ASAP. I need you to help me catch a counterfeit dealer. I'm sure this doesn't have anything to do with a previous counterfeit dealer that we've met. We didn't have Killiker to trip it over though, right? They wouldn't use the term counterfeit dealer if it wasn't that person. Should we do the quest first? Yeah, why not? Ramund that wants to see me, right? Pierre's down here. Margaret, how could you do this to me? You never had eyes for other men before. What changed? I had to do something before I lose her for good. I must. Oh, he's still having one. Yeah. Oh my god. So his wife now has eyes for other men after, of course, he had the drunken time and gave his ring to another woman. Good job there, Vice Commissioner Pierre. Your relationship is... You don't have much of a leg to stand on here, is the weird thing, because of what you've done in the past. I have to do something before I lose her for good. I must. It's Vice Commissioner Pierre. Not often you see him on the first floor, I know, right? Looks like something's troubling him. The SSS, how long have you been standing there? Don't tell me you heard what I was saying just now. Well, we didn't catch anything specific, if that makes you feel better. Though you did mention something about a Margaret having eyes for other men. Oh, could that be the name of your favorite hostess, Vice Commissioner? How do you know? How dare you? You watch your slanderous mouth. Margaret is the name of my missus. Missus? You mean your wife? Yes, you fool. Between losing my wedding ring and being passed over for the role of commissioner, she's been nagging me like never before. Wait, what am I doing telling you all of this? Because we already know, kind of. That's right, the Vice Commissioner came off as pretty whipped when he lost his ring. That was months ago, but from the sound of things, it's still giving him grief. So be it. I have no other choice. Beggars can't be choosers at times like these. Look alive, SSS. I'm giving you a top secret mission straight from your Vice Commissioner. Top secret? What are you talking about? I'll be frank, I would like for you to investigate my wife. You want us to look into your old lady? Would utilizing your position for private matters not violate department policy? You let me worry about department policy. Time is of the essence here. Consider it a formal support request, or whatever they're called, if it makes you feel better. Now, what do you say? I guess that we could. What should we do? Well, I came here to see Raymond and instantly bumped into an extra quest. Not really that hidden when you think about it, because Pierre doesn't normally go anywhere else. Of course we're going to talk to Pierre. We aren't marriage counselors. No, we help the poor guy out. Okay. You clearly need a hand, so can you start over from the beginning? You'll really help me then. Good, I'll tell you everything you need to know, but not out in the open. Follow me up to my office. We can discuss the details there. Your wife has been seeing a host. It'd be funny if it's Fuzzy. Wait a second. It is, right? That's right. As I understand it, she's been going to several such clubs lately. However, there's one host in particular whom she's been meeting with in secret. And you're positive this man is a host? I was about to ask the same thing. Don't you think you should have a little more faith in your wife? I do, but I decided to risk it all to find out for sure. That's how I came across the evidence in her purse. Margaret is meeting with a mystery man named Clyde. It was right there in her daily planner. Oh, no, she's buying a house. She is meeting a host. It's Wazi. But Clyde is who she was meeting about buying that house at Michelin. Not a host. Probably like a realtor. Is that how you say it in America? Real estate agent. Well, I can clear this up already. We've got this sorted. We don't need to investigate anything. Margaret's meeting with a mystery man named Clyde. It was right there in her daily planner. What kind of man has a name like that? It's a stage name. He has to be a host. No. I wouldn't call that irrefutable, but I won't say he's categorically wrong either. Dude's grasping for every straw he can find. Why is he staying so quiet? So you think she's seeing a host, do you? There we go. Sorry to tell you, but I've never heard of one who goes by Clyde, and believe me, I would have. What? Seriously, Wazi? Hey, it's a social business. Generally speaking, I know the names of all the hosts working in the clubs in the entertainment district. I can't rule out the chance that he's some rookie who slipped my notice, though. Wait just a minute. You seem awfully knowledgeable about all of this. Don't tell me you're that new addition to the SSS, the one who is in fact, host? Why, yes. You scoundrel! You're a member of the police force. What would people say if they found out what you did off duty? Please try to calm down, Vice Commissioner. What matters right now is figuring out what exactly your wife has been up to. I literally know. That's right. And trust us, we've already tried to lecture him on that particular issue. There's no getting through to him. Their words, not mine. Back on topic, you mentioned searching through your wife's purse, correct? Not that I condone the act, but did you find anything else that might benefit our investigation? Well, let me think. Aha! Now I remember. Her appointment reminders also had a location penciled in alongside them. Apparently, she'd been visiting the restaurant in Central Square almost every afternoon. The restaurant in Central Square? You mean Vink Stepped? This Clyde truly is a host. Why would he meet your wife in broad daylight? It's not uncommon. A little secret tryst while the husband's at work. It happens more often than you'd think. Plenty of hosts have regulars they only meet with during the day. Then I'm right, aren't I? Again, Vice Commissioner, settle down. Could you stop riling him up on purpose, Wazi? Who, me? Why, I'd never... At any rate, I think we have a good grasp of the situation now. Would you mind stepping back and leaving the investigation to us? Fine. Whatever you think is best. Just make sure you get to the bottom of this. But do so with the utmost discretion. Am I clear? Understood. We'll get right on it. Man, I can't believe we agreed to this. To be fair, the Vice Commissioner did seem genuinely concerned about his wife. I think it's worth investigating until we see the truth of the matter for ourselves. If we must. So where should we begin? Let's try the restaurant in Central Square first. If his wife has been there with this alleged host often, we might be able to get some information from the two directly. That sounds like as good a place as any to start. Shall we be off? Why is he so into this? Because he knows everything already. He's the host. Quest Pierre's Marital Peril has started. So that's quite crazy, actually. We've literally got every single bit of information that's probably pertinent to this quest before we've even done this quest. By just doing our patrols and talking in Michelin. It all took place there. I'm pretty sure we even heard the name Clyde too. But my memory isn't 100% on that. Look. Ah, you have a keen eye, Margaret. Forgive me if I'm being out of line, but you truly are wasted on your husband. Oh, Clyde, you always have such a way with words. That's the man we were told about, and sure enough, he's with the Vice Commissioner's wife. So this is Clyde, is it? He doesn't look like any host I've ever met before. We should grab a seat nearby so we don't call any attention to ourselves. There's a chance we'll manage to find something out. Understood. Let's split up and sit at different tables then. Better order something. You didn't split up very well, to be honest.
Oh yes, I looked over that pamphlet from before. And after seeing those photos, well, I just about fell in love on the spot.
Ah, did you now?
Perhaps the two of us could go and visit sometime then. If you'd like, I could even arrange for a room at the hotel. Oh, now there's no need for that. I've already gone. The view was just magnificent. Not a single thing to complain about.
That's wonderful. And it certainly simplifies things too. Now we can move the plans forward a bit and... They do seem comfortable around each other.
It sounds like they're planning a trip to Michelin together. Still, something seems off.
To start, the guy's being way too much of a kiss-ass.
We still don't have any decisive evidence yet, though.
Let's keep listening in, then. Well, now, with that out of the way, I'll just be excusing myself.
Of course, of course. Oh, and I'll see you again at the club.
At Neue Blanc in the entertainment district. Yes, you can expect me there, ma'am. I wouldn't want to keep you from what you've been dreaming of any longer than necessary.
I can hardly wait.
It's a place for a meeting. So, maybe our suspicions change. I guess the date is over.
What should we do, Lloyd? We have to find out anything concrete. We have yet to find out anything concrete.
Let's keep tailing them. Randy, Wazzy, and I will go after Clyde. Ellie, Theo, and Noel, you three follow Margaret. Make sure you don't get spotted no matter what.
Understood.
Let's blow this joint. Things are heating up nicely. The three big burly guys are going to follow you, Rem. Sorry to keep you waiting, Clyde. I brought what we discussed. Clyde received a briefcase. Ah, yes, thank you very much, sir. So, how did things go? Very well, actually. She's being quite enthusiastic about the idea. We'll be closing the deal later at Neue Blanc. Ah, that's good to hear. Well, it's almost time for the next cruise ship to leave. I'll head back to Michelin and make sure everything is in order. It's all up to you now, Clyde. Secure this contract and it'll rocket you straight to the top of the firm. I won't let you down, sir. So you're his boss. Okay, Clyde, you've got this. I bet Wazzy just knows all the answers in the first place. Wazzy is her designated host, seemingly, the one she goes to. So she'd probably tell him this stuff. There he goes. The guy sure is fired up. And from the sound of it, he's meeting up with the Vice Commissioner's wife at Neue Blanc. What should we do now? Don't need to keep telling him now that we've got what we need, right? Yeah, let's contact Ellie and the others. We should regroup at Police HQ for now. I think we have just enough to nail down who this Clyde person really is. Afterward, Lloyd contacted Ellie and the others who had started shadowing the Vice Commissioner's wife. They decided to meet at the police department to relay the information to the Vice Commissioner. Well, how did the investigation go? Has my wife been having an affair with a host or what? Please calm down, Vice Commissioner. Ellie, what happened when you trailed Miss Margaret? Well, we watched her as closely as we could, but we didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. She eventually went back home to the residential district. And she didn't meet anyone else on the way. However, she does plan to meet this Clyde person at Neue Blanc later. What? What does he think he's doing? Taking my wife to a seedy place like that? Oh, that's the last straw. I'll assemble an entire SWAT team and storm Neue Blanc. I told you to calm down, Vice Commissioner. Last thing you want to do is send armed officers there, you know, considering who owns the place. Well, what am I supposed to do then? For every second we waste, that host gets closer to sinking his lecherous fangs into my Margaret. I don't think you have to worry about her falling prey like that. At least not as far as hosts are concerned. He knows. What do you mean? Wazzy had it figured out from the start, but I don't think this Clyde is a host at all. Pardon me? Well, if he isn't a host, then what in Adius' name is he? He's not a host. He's not a con artist, most likely. He's just a full-on salesman. What we could tell, Clyde is most likely a salesman. A salesman? Going off his speech patterns, it did sound like he wanted to sell something, just not his body or a good time. Exactly. His attitude in itself was proof that he's anything but a host. Gentlemen such as myself work hard to give lonely mesdames a brief reprieve from their otherwise painfully mundane lives. The top-class host escorts his lady with courtesy, but he would never humble himself more than necessary. We aren't there to grovel. I don't know if I put it quite like Wazi did, but my conclusion is more or less the same. What I could tell, Clyde and your wife didn't look at all like they were having an affair. If pushed, I'd say they came off more as a buyer and a seller. That's the impression I got anyway. Seeing as they've met several times now, it wouldn't be unreasonable to say they're working out a business deal of some kind. Even if all this is true, just what sort of purchase is he sweet-talking my wife into? Well, if you keep running with this theory, I think we can figure out what kind of salesman he is. Clyde most likely deals in real estate. Yeah, he's a realtor. Real estate. So he was trying to sell her a property. Now you mention it, Michelin came up during their conversation at Vincept. At first I thought it was about a vacation, but that pamphlet suggested otherwise. Yeah, it was probably promoting upscale properties for sale in Michelin. Plus, after we told him to the Harbour District, Clyde received something from a man in a suit. That's right, the way they spoke to each other gave me the sense that it was his boss. He might have been delivering him a contract of some sort that needed her signature. A contract, actually. If we piece all this together, Clyde is a real estate agent who's been in talks with your wife about buying a property. And it's going along smoothly. Miss Margaret was so receptive, she even went to Michelin herself to scope out the location. Assuming this is all true, it would explain why she's been meeting with this man so often. Hey, yeah. It's all starting to fall into place. And today they entered the final negotiations, which means the contract will be signed during their meeting at Neue Blanc. Yes, I think I get the gist of it now. This man still needs to worry. She's gone completely behind his back to buy a property. Wait just a second. That would mean Margaret is trying to buy property in Michelin without even consulting me, wouldn't it? I'm not made of money. Does she know how little a vice commissioner makes? Just how does that woman expect to scrounge up that kind of mirror? Maybe she took out a loan. That's a possibility. He may have even convinced her to take out an unreasonably large one. This is worse than I could have imagined. I know what I must do. I'm going to storm into Neue Blanc myself. I am not going to let this shark swindle my wife right underneath my nose. I'll give this Clyde fellow a piece of my mind and drag Margaret out of there if it's the last thing I do. Thus spoke the henpecked husband. I feel like we just flipped some horrible switch inside of him. I'll tell you what, we're already here, so why don't we all go and lend you a hand? You just want to see it happen, don't you? It wouldn't be wise to charge into Neue Blanc all by your lonesome, don't you think? I can't argue with that, but is that really the reason you want to go? You have a real penchant for chasing drama, you know that, Wazi? I haven't the slightest clue what you mean. Regardless, if we don't hold him back, I highly doubt anyone else will. Yeah, we don't got much choice. Not too stoked about it, but I think I can get us into the place. My old pal Zax is probably on bouncer duty on the door right now. The devils are you all mumbling about over there? I'm heading for Neue Blanc, and you're coming with me, that's final. Yes, sir. And that's what's up. Think you can let us squeeze on by, Zax? Oh, and we'll want to keep this a secret from Shirley and Uncle Sigmund, but I'm sure you already knew that part. I was just wondering when you'd show up again. Didn't think it'd be as an errand boy, though. You really have lost your touch, Commander Randolph, just like the young miss said. Stop calling me that already. I think this is the same Jaeger we saw in front of Crimson & Co. before. Alright, I'll look the other way this once. Think of it as a little favor from me to you. Just don't stir up any trouble inside, got it? I won't say a peep to the young miss or the vice leader either. Sound good? Just dandy. Well, I played my part. Looks like they haven't arrived yet, so you'd better get inside if you're going to ambush them. Think I'm going to sit this one out, though. That's fine, we should keep a lower profile anyway. Well, I'm going in one way or another. Now decide amongst yourselves who else will be joining me. Someone's worked up about this. His bravado has carried him too far to back down now. I'll go. I've been looking forward to this since we took his request. If you're there, you're just there to stir things up even more, because you are her host. The Vice Commissioner Lloyd and myself should be plenty, yes? Oh my goodness. Yeah, that should work. The rest of us will remain here on standby then. Make sure to contact us with your enigmas if you need backup. Will do. Okay, you two, let's head inside. Yes, in we go. Oh my god, Wazi, what have you done? Okay, we've requested that your wife and that man be seated at the table over here once they enter the club. I see. That'll do just fine. And if it turns out he really is some crooked real estate agent, I'll see to his arrest myself. Believe me when I say I'd love to see that. Aha, don't look now, but I think that's them over there. Excuse me, I have a reservation for 2 under Clyde. Ah, yes, right this way, sir. My, but this is a fancy club. Oh, is this your first time visiting, Margaret? I would think you've already seen everything Crossbell has to offer with your husband so high up in the police. Oh, please, that's a riot. He may be the vice commissioner, but his salary is peanuts. He'd much rather drink the night away with some hostess in a dingy bar than take his own wife out to dinner. Coming home to roost. My apologies then. May only be noon, but allow me to kickstart the proceedings by buying you a drink. I'd be happy to accept. Don't worry, Vice Commissioner. Quite you, I don't need you telling me what to do. So what if this snooty little tap room is beyond my means? A dingy bar suits me better. What's so wrong with that? Nothing besides your overwhelming inferiority complex. Bringing him with us was a mistake. Shall we get down to business then? Clyde retrieved what appeared to be a contract from his briefcase. As requested, the purchase agreement for the villa in Michelin's residential area. Simply sign your name on the dotted line and it's all yours. Oh, how I've been waiting for this moment. I'd be more than happy to sign. We were right. It's a contract for a property at the resort. So what's the plan now? We still haven't learned whether this deal is on the up and up or not. Stay. Stay away from my wife, you charlatan! What? Pierre? Oh no. This can only go well. What in the world are you doing here? Cancel this deal at once, Margaret. This crooked realtor is swindling you. I beg your pardon. Now hold on just a moment. Crooked? I haven't done anything wrong in the least. Oh, funny joke, comedy man. You can't fool me. Pierre. You're whining and dining my wife, buttering her up into taking some kind of ridiculous loan out on this property, aren't you? Pierre. It'll be a cold day in Gehenna before I let you sink your grabby claws into us like that. Pierre. Stay silent, woman! As the CPD's vice commissioner, Pierre! Uh-oh. I'm sorry, Snookums. That was the quickest surrender I've ever seen. Did you hear that whip crack? You go, Margaret. Goddess, how do I put up with you? You're supposed to be a vice commissioner. How could you so blindly jump to the wrong conclusion and treat this man like a criminal? Have you no shame? Well... I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Hold on. Are you saying this is all a misunderstanding? Wait, it is? Well, now I'm hooked. Go on, Margaret. Spill that tea and don't leave a drop. Very well. Firstly, Clyde here is a respectable realtor who deals in luxury properties. Your assessment was wrong to begin with. There's nothing crooked about him at all. But I don't understand. We don't have nearly enough funds to splurge for something like that. Actually, I recently took up trading stocks in my spare time, and I've been making a tidy profit ever since. These past few days have earned more than your salary could in half a decade. Stocks? To be honest, my patience with you has reached its limit. You're a pitiful man who could hardly look his own wife in the eye. Even your position was only earned through luck and connections. And I don't know if it's just so you can avoid being at home with me, but your late-night drinking binges are straining our finances. You were in a much better mood when you thought you were the next commissioner in line after the old one was dismissed. But then the other vice commissioner was chosen over you. Your sour grapes have made you grouse and complain incessantly ever since. Isn't that a little harsh, ma'am? Quite honestly, I didn't think I could live with you any longer. That was the reason I consulted Clyde. I hoped to use my earnings to purchase a home for myself. The plan was to separate from you before eventually filing for a divorce. Originally, that is. Out come the claws. Now it's getting good. Were you born without the ability to feel compassion? Wait, did you just say originally? Huh? I did. you organized all of this because you were afraid of losing me, didn't you? Up to now, you've been too afraid of me to step foot in the house. I'm impressed that you went through with all of this. So tonight, I want you to come home so we can sit down and talk this through. Together. Margaret. I'm very sorry, Clyde, but we're going to have to put this purchase on hold. That can't be, Margaret. We were so close. It's not as if I've cancelled the deal entirely. But it was wrong of me to negotiate alone. I look forward to discussing this again in the future. Pierre and I may not be separating, but the property still interests me. I'm sure I'll purchase it eventually. I would have preferred to close the deal today, but I suppose I can't force you to sign a contract. I'll just excuse myself then. Turns out Clyde wasn't guilty of anything in the end. Makes me feel kind of bad for suspecting him the way we did. I didn't. Oh, who cares about his feelings? What matters is that we kept the Vice Commissioner's sinking marriage afloat. I should be going too, Pierre. I'll see you again tonight. We have plenty to discuss, so come straight home after work. Understood? Yes, Snookums. And so he dons the leash yet again. Excellent work today, SSS. We're glad that everything worked out in the end. Somehow. It's a relief to know your wife wasn't being taken advantage of. That's all well and good, yes, but now I'm going to be paying out the nose for a villa I've never even seen before. You're not going to be paying anything. Thank the goddess we're not getting a divorce, at least. I suppose we can use the new place as a weekend retreat. Margaret did seem charmed by it, for what it's worth. Yeah, man, sometimes you got to give in and let the lady have what she wants. Besides, the funds are coming out of her own stock market earnings in the first place. Which is a whole different can of worms. How did Margaret even manage to... as if I needed another reminder of how much more capable she is than me. You reap what you sow, as they say. Be that as it may, as long as I'm still a married man at the end of the day, I'm grateful. You have my thanks, SSS. Anytime, Vice Commissioner. You can always count on us. Well, we'll just show ourselves out now. Quest Pierre's Marital Peril is complete. Probably the easiest quest of any we've done. Because literally everything was... It's kind of an interesting quest when you think about it. Everything was told to us in our intermission that we needed to know before we did the quest, but the quest still seemingly gave a period of time for people to work things out if they didn't do patrols in that way. Which is nice. For a game that likes missables so much, you know what I mean? It's kind of nice that they actually did that. Right, well, let's report these so I can get some cash money. Only 1,500 for saving your marriage? Well, I got an ingenuity course, I guess. Wait, I don't already have one of them. Oh no, I have invigorate, don't I? What's ingenuity? EP slowly recovers on the field. A good corpse! Who do I give this to? You're kind of my bigger attacker now with that. Cast 1. We don't have a cast 2. I'm taking off any of these as the Eagle Eye for the ingenuity, but I need a double slot. Ah! It's fine, I can move it here. I think that kind of works out. Depends what arts we've got now available. Still lack a lot of healing, however. We're getting Quake, I guess. I probably need to stack... I need to stack for some better spells than that, but we'll let Ellie have it because she's got the aerials and all that. That we use. I'm at 13k in cash. Yeah, this quest actually accounts for not getting info beforehand, which is really nice.